Okay, so Linda, we're going to start with our first fitting for Exodus. If I can get your head in here. Now what we want to do, Linda, we want to make sure that you're able to move, that none of the costume pieces are restricted.
I'm a choreographer. That's what I do. You look at me, look the way I'm dressing right now. It's not, you know what I mean? Like, for as far as costume, I'm like, very few people sort of pulled me into their world where I was interested, and Jayte was one of those people. You know, so he's presented me with the drawings first, and he's really patient because I'm extremely busy and I'm trying to text people while I'm in a cab, or on a bus, or planing.
The biggest challenge in working with a choreographer who's not in New York City is having your sketches done and having them to get back to you a week later. Whenever we're on a time schedule, everything moves pretty quickly.
And he'll be really nice and be like, after 2 weeks, don't hear from me. So Rennie, I was wondering if you, I was like, oh, my bad, man, I'm sorry. Yeah, I like those. Those are nice.
Other than that, because I've worked with Rennie before, I understand his aesthetic and I know what he's looking for.
So it's all about the relationship that you have with the costume designer. So I felt like we needed to divert from the spectrum a little bit and bring it down and make it a little bit more earthy, earth tone.
Well, in our first conversation in putting the piece together, he talked about real people. He wanted the dancers to look like real individuals from the street. So when you see the ballet, you'll see a couple of homeless people, you'll see regular hip-hop people, you'll see young folks, you'll see older folks, and it's all represented in the costumes. He wanted the dancers to go from being a real individual to having the spirit leave the body. So when we see them in the final section, it's almost like they're angels in a way. So we get to see them in a different look. So within the 22 minutes in the ballet, you will see a costume change, a full company costume change. We went with all neutral colors. So everything is kind of in the beige, the tans, the olive greens, the mustard. So everything is neutral so that we see a big change when we see the final section of the ballet. He also talked about shoes. And we talked about sneakers, which is really important for hip hop dancing. I originally wanted to put everyone in red shoes, but he felt that if we were to see all red shoes on stage, that we would pay attention to the shoes and not so much the dancing. So we went down to maybe 2 or 3 dancers in red shoes.
So that process has been really cool. And every time, I say, hey, we don't know about this, let's do that, there's no problem.